Hello, how's it going guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hopefully you all liked the first video that I put out. I hope to be doing a lot more of these in the near future. For this video, I want to focus on onsighting, which is climbing a route or a boulder problem first try without any previous information. So each week, our route setters replace an entire wall with an entirely new set of boulder problems, and I decided that this time I wanted to focus on onsighting. It's not something that I do often, but it's definitely a good discipline in climbing and something that a lot of people should work on. So I'm trying to get better and better at it. Right here, I'm just starting out by warming up on a lot of the easier climbs. Still trying to onsight though, making sure I'm not watching other people climb them before I get on. Right here I'm doing all of the white tags in our bouldering set. When boulders are newly set, instead of the route setters already putting up a grade for the problem, what our gym does is we put out different colored tags with a range of grades on them. So white tags will all be V0s to about V3, and once people climb them, they can decide which grade they think it was and then vote on that card, and then that helps out the route setter to more easily figure out the grade of what people like. So I will usually warm up on the white cards since they seem to be the easiest in the gym. Once I had all those done, I want to move on to the green cards, which are going to be around V3 to V6. No one had really voted on the grades they thought they were yet, so still kind of in the dark, just trying to figure out which ones seemed the easiest, and this black one here didn't seem too bad for me. It was the first green card that I hopped on, definitely a lot harder than any of the white cards, but getting more difficult. This purple one was really fun, seemed straightforward, so I thought it might be a breeze for me, but I quickly found out that the beta wasn't as straightforward as I thought. I was getting really jumbled with all my feet placements, as you can see here, not really knowing what I want to do, which was good on the route setter's part. You don't always want to create a problem that's super easy to read. Definitely something I should have looked at a lot more before hopping on, just so I can improve my onsighting skills. This orange one is another of the green cards. Definitely a little bit harder than the black one, but for me not as difficult as that purple one I just did. So I definitely thought it was going to be more difficult than the purple, which is why I decided to climb it later, but found out quickly that it wasn't too bad. I like using the walls and different features when climbing things like this. Helps to be more creative and just have a more enjoyable time when climbing. Now this blue one over here is also another green card. I assumed that it would be pretty difficult, but later found out that it was probably the easiest of all the green cards. The beta wasn't too hard to figure out, although right here I'm kind of doing unnecessary footwork by putting my foot on the volume, but just big powerful moves onto these really good holds. Now this green one, sorry for the actual camera angle, I kind of didn't realize it was too high, but it was still a little bit harder than the other ones. Definitely very scrunched, which is a little weird for me because I tend to be better at the more small box problems, but I definitely struggled to get my foot up right there. Pretty straightforward finish, really good crimps, and the jug at the end was really solid. Now this next one right here is the pink one. which I knew was probably going to be the hardest one. I was definitely most nervous because I couldn't really understand the beta. Again, sorry for the bad angles. Trying to do better next time. But I am standing on just one small foot. This volume was super nice, but I still couldn't figure out kind of what to do, jumbling around all the time. I thought I might be able to power straight up to the side of the volume, but quickly realized I didn't quite have that power, and even if I did make it up there, I most likely wouldn't have been able to hold that due to it being kind of angled badly. This orange one was really cool, really awesome movement. I do enjoy high feet like this move right here, so I was glad to see stuff like that. It is on slab, which I really enjoy, but definitely makes it a lot scarier, especially this last move. It took me a long time to actually commit to. As you see right here, I was pretty scared. I think I knew what to do, but I just was trying to figure out a different way to do it. Until eventually I decided I had to suck it up and commit to that move, which ended up not being bad. Now this black one is the last of all the green cards. Definitely more of the harder ones. I would say these two on this wall could be around V5 range. It's always hard to tell, especially when I'm climbing by myself, because I don't get to talk to other people and get their opinions. But I really enjoyed it. It's really awesome. I like compression like this, or really shouldery problems. Definitely had me sweating, especially on this move right here. Almost just slipped completely off. But really great climb. Now on to the blue cards. There are only 3 blue cards right here in the center of this wall. The grades tend to be between 6 and V9, I believe. So this black one right here, I just completely read the beta wrong. Failed first attempt, so I decided to move on since I wanted to focus on onsighting. This green one I thought was going to be much harder. Didn't seem too bad, I just kind of missed the hand right there, sadly, so decided to move on to this orange one, which I spent quite a while trying to read for myself to slip on a small volume. And we don't have to worry about this yellow one to the right that I was on for 2 seconds. It is a pink card, so that means it starts at V9 and goes up to who knows how hard. And I was pretty tired, so I got absolutely nowhere on it. Here's me falling on this pink one. I knew I could get it. It was definitely a lot harder than I thought it would be. It just was a matter of kind of figuring out the beta and what I wanted to do. And I am showing every single try, even the awful ones of me completely failing. Just want to be transparent and kind of show you what I went through when trying to onsight all of these boulders. I eventually figured out the move onto this for me. It was pretty hard to hold that volume without feet, but I just squeezed really hard. It finished on a jug. Sorry I completely missed it, but it was fairly solid. Next I wanted to move on to this orange one since I spent so much time actually trying to read it and trying to get the onsight. First part wasn't too bad. I just sadly just placed my foot completely wrong and slipped on my first go. Here I am figuring it out a bit more, getting more used to it, more fluid, and starting to really enjoy the problem. But it really cranks up right in the middle, a lot more difficult than I thought it would be. These holds are not as good as I assumed, and I could not hold on to them. Decided to keep trying because I felt like I was close, getting a little bit better. Sorry for the shaky camera. Still, I'm completely stuck right in this middle section. Had no clue what to do. It's definitely a lot harder to climb things when you don't have any friends to work with it. Now I decided to move on to this black one. Since I screwed up that first move, I decided maybe I would try it dynamically. I definitely think it could go that way, but I quickly found out that matching on the second start and slapping onto the first sloper was definitely the way to go. Jumping up to this hold right here was a complete jug, so it was really easy to grab onto, and the rest of the holds on this route were fairly solid. You definitely had to keep tension and compress the entire time, but wasn't too hard. Here at the end, I was pretty confused on what to do. I ended up going up with my left hand, which was a big mistake because I needed that left hand to stay onto the wall. So I decided for this next go I would try and step up a little higher and see if I could work out to where my right hand starts on the finish. Definitely figuring out this bottom section pretty quickly, which I'm pretty satisfied about. I wanted to at least get one blue card. I was hoping to Onsight the orange one, but sadly I was not able to. But still figuring out this black one, and as you'll see eventually being able to get it, really made me happy. I knew I'd be able to Onsight most of the green cards. I was surprised I wasn't able to get that pink one, but it's always good to be humbled, especially when Onsighting. You may think you know the exact beta, but you'll quickly find out that you're completely wrong. Thank you guys for staying here throughout the whole video. I really appreciate it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Please let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you enjoy my content, please like and subscribe. Thank you.